Hey, Ray.
Louis, hey, we got small faces tonight. What happened?
Yeah, I hit the button live, so we are live.
All right.
Hello, everybody.
Traffic.
Yeah, right. My name is Louis Lee, and this is Playing in Traffic. And I'd like to apologize to everybody. Last week, I was running with my head off when I got back from SEMA, and Ray took over and took care of everything for me. I appreciate you, Ray.
Yeah, not a problem. The only problem was I tried to schedule the event, and I think since I was doing it at 8:45, there wasn't enough time, so it wouldn't schedule. So we had to go. We did record a show. I don't know if you're able to find that. It said to record it to the cloud.
Yeah, it's there. I seen it today.
Yep. Because we weren't able to schedule it because I think it wasn't enough time. You know, sometimes you need a certain amount of time for it to. I've seen that with other stuff. So whatever, yeah. But hey, no problem. We always got your back.
Oh man, I appreciate you for sure. So tonight I was going to talk about SEMA because I didn't get to talk about it too much last week.
Right. Well, we've been watching the videos, man. You've been covering it pretty good on the videos.
Yeah, man. It was a great SEMA. I mean, me and Terry and Tyler, we got to some business. I mean, we really did good, I think, this year.
Is it me, or did it seem like with you guys it was like kind of quick, like you were there, next thing I know you were leaving? It was like
yeah. Well, we got there Monday. All of us got there Monday, and me and Terry left Wednesday night.
Right. Okay.
And I think Tyler left Thursday. Yeah. So it's a long week, man. I'm getting old. I can't do the whole week anymore.
In the past, you guys have gone like the Friday before, right, and made it like a whole weekend thing.
I would usually get there on Monday.
Okay.
I would leave on Friday, come back home on Friday.
Okay.
But it's just too much, man. I mean,
yeah.
Thank God Elon Musk put the tunnel system in Vegas.
I tell you, I don't know what that looks like live, but it kind of looks kind of creepy on video. It's very claustrophobic looking.
Well, it's not bad when you're down there because it's real lit up. You know what I mean? If it was dark, I think that'd be.
I figured it probably wasn't as bad when you. How far of how long is the tunnel?
Well, there's like 5 tunnels, I believe.
Okay.
And one goes to a hotel on the strip, and I guess they're going to try to hit all the hotels. They're going to try to do the whole strip and to the airport from the convention center.
So he's building a subway.
Yeah. And man, last year we had to walk probably 30 minutes to get to the tunnel, and then the tunnel would take us to any building we wanted to go to. But now they opened up another section where it takes like 10 minutes. We're there 10 minutes and you're in the tunnel and gone.
I just thought it was hilarious on the first day when you were walking. I'm like, why is he wearing a coat? And you said, it was like 53 degrees, but your wife was telling you it was 80 in Ohio.
Yeah.
It was warm here. Yeah. And you were like, who knew?
And usually you, in the morning is chilly, and then the afternoon it gets hot. It never got hot. I wore my coat the whole time.
Wow.
Oh, it was terrible.
Chilly today, hot tamale.
Yeah. Never pulled my shorts out of my suitcase.
Oh man.
Oh, it was terrible. I mean, it was still nice weather, but
right.
When you leave Ohio to go to Vegas, you want to, work on the tan a little bit.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, but we've seen a lot of the fellas, the people that came on this show, our family members.
Right.
Stacy David had a good showing out there. The Ring Brothers. Oh my God, Ring Brothers.
Sure.
Oh, these guys are not playing. I'm telling you.
They never do.
Yeah, and every year you see their cars, you're like, oh, that's really, really nice. But then the next year they come out with something that's even nicer. It's just their details, and it's not like a punch you in the face details. It's like subtle.
Yes.
And then you start looking at it, you're like, something's wrong here, or it's not wrong, but something's different. And then he'll come over and say, well, I did this grill one piece, or he did this and this. He cut the fender and did this.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing it, and you're like, oh, wow.
I've seen their cars in person and was blown away. And then I've seen a Kindig car in person and was also blown away. And I know that even as much time as I spent on it, you still need another 30 hours to see everything because like you said, the subtleties are so subtle. You look right past them, and you're looking at other stuff, and you don't realize the thing you're looking at. You were drawn in by the subtlety, you know, and you kind of miss the reason. So it's tricky as hell, man. But that's talent. That's real talent.
Yeah, and that, you know, we on Monday, it's for setup. So all the people are setting up their cars and booths and everything. And so we're in there Monday afternoon, and we hit the corner, and Mike sees us. He's like, "Oh, my guys!" So he's like, "Come on, I got to show you this car." So he took us over. We were probably a 5-minute walk away from the Barracuda, and he took the cover off to show us. So we seen it before it was unveiled. Me and Terry.
Was that the pink one that Terry jumped into? Yeah.
And he's showing us all the stuff, man. And you know, it was pretty cool that he trusted us with. We video too. He's like, "Don't show nobody because we got to unveil it tomorrow." The owner didn't even see it yet.
Wow. Yeah. Did they tell you how many approximately? I'm sure it's different for every car, but how many hours they have into an average build, if that's even possible to say, average?
I want to say he said 50. Or wait, what did he say? I can't shoot. I forget how many hours he said. I think he said it in the reveal.
Yeah.
I don't know if that video came up yet. I had a video of the reveal. Did you see that one?
No. I think I saw the picture of Terry in the car. I think it was on Terry's Instagram page.
Okay, so it's probably scheduled to come up soon.
Right.
It'll be the whole reveal. So I videoed the whole reveal.
All right.
And then he had Grand National that it looks like a regular Grand National, man, but when you start looking at it, you're like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem for the streets.
That's the beauty of what these guys do. You know, besides the power aspect, they're just so sneaky cool with what they do, and you don't even know you're seeing it, and that's the. I mean, I was really happy. I made a throttle bracket adapter for a 442 out of a starter shim yesterday, and I thought that was a big deal. You know, painted it black and all, it looked cool. So to me, that was a big deal. These guys, you know.
But you know, Ray, these guys are so modest. Jim and Mike, man, and their wives. You know, we stopped there. We rode by there because they were like in a good spot where we had to pass them a lot. And every time we passed them, they'd come give us hugs and talk to us, and they're just so modest, man. And you know, I'm looking at the back from the back of the car, and Mike's standing next to me, and I was like, "Man, it's flawless." He's like, "Oh no, don't keep looking."
Yeah, right. Sure.
And I'm like, "Man, the paint is like, man, it was like I don't know, like a machine made it."
You know, I got the same problem. The guys I work for, you know, their primary business is a body shop, and they'll look at a car, and I'll look at it and say, "Wow, that looks nice." Maybe I'll see a little flaw here. Oh, and they'll spot, "Oh yeah, it's got a ripple there, it's got this there," and they'll just chew it apart. I'm like, "What?" Oh, like, "Yeah, see right here," and they'll point to it. I'm like, "Oh yeah, oh, I see it now, sure." Wow, I fucking no clue what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I want to be an idiot.
But those are nice guys. So they're going to come back on.
Good.
And so my friend Q, he's working on that concept car. That Trinium. I think it's called Trinium.
Okay.
Really nice car. So they unveiled that out there. And I guess the trade schools, when he was on here, he was telling us about the trade school that's doing a lot of the design work.
Right.
Man, they're doing an incredible job.
Nice.
I mean, these kids are really, really good.
I wonder where they're getting their inspiration from.
I'm not sure. I'm going to have the teacher on too. I'll talk to him.
Oh, good.
So he's going to come on. I told him that he can do it at the school where he got have the kids come on and
sure.
Too. So through talking to him, they're also doing these portable homes, I guess.
Okay.
Like tiny homes, but I think you drop them off on a truck and move in. So they're designing some stuff for homes.
Yeah. You know, the guy that I do work for, he upstate New York, he was getting into the mini home market. And what it is, it's they build them out of trailers, out of containers.
Yeah.
And And he said, the way the container is corrugated, the walls are not corrugated, but the way the walls have that, what's the word I'm looking for? They have that shape to it to give it rigidity. It's bumped out. They make insulation that fits right inside of those pieces. It's made for the container. So he made one on spec, built it, and uses it as a model. And he's going to try and get into the mini home market. Because you can just need a little lot, drop it on the lot.
Yeah,
that's drop it in your backyard. If you want to have like a little secondary apartment kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what got me on this bus thing. I was looking at container homes.
Right.
And so we were going to do one of those, and then a bus popped in to feed, YouTube feed, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Can't drive a container.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, we could travel and live in it. So
right. And the container homes, I remember that. That was a number of years ago, and we were talking about it. I remember we were throwing it around, and they had like guys would take multiple containers and stack them and turn them different. And then by the time they were done, you would have no idea they were containers. They look like really built houses. Phenomenal. Cool stuff.
And half the cost of see what you're doing is you're saving on structure.
Right.
And they're really strong. I mean, think about how much they stack them on top of each other.
Sure.
Yeah. So
I'm not gonna crush them.
We still might do one if on our travels. If I find some land somewhere, I still might do one.
Oh, well, I'm sure you're gonna find a lot of land everywhere.
Yeah.
Once you start going west, that's where the land's at.
Yeah. So yeah, SEMA was good. It was a lot more small companies.
Okay.
Like Ford, Chevy, and all those companies weren't there, and they take up a big footprint. So that opened up for the little companies, or smaller companies, not little, but smaller companies.
All right, guys, going back today with probably one of the coolest 22 mag revolvers I've ever seen. This
guy's gotta send me a video now. I gotta see, but right. So well, that's good to see the small guys. I wonder why. I wonder if the big guys have had enough, or they're still recouping. But good to see small shops.
I'm thinking that the return on investment is not good for those big companies, because they'd have a spot in the room that was probably 100 by 60.
Oh wow.
They'd have like really big spots.
Yeah.
And they'd just show their cars that are coming out. They didn't have any special stuff. You know what I mean? It's just their new cars coming out.
Right.
So I don't think it did them too much justice doing it.
Yeah.
Oh,
cool.
And what else do we got?
I saw Harbor Freight had a huge display of all their new stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have no sales. I was trying to get some sales going on.
Oh, a lot of stuff was like pre-production stuff that they're going to come out with later.
Yeah, but they're stepping up their game.
Yeah,
they had a nice booth. We talked to one of the reps there, and I think I'm gonna buy one of those Predator generators, because my generator is old and loud, and those new Predators are real quiet. So
it'd be cool if you could get somebody on here on this show. Because I tried, like, with the national guys, I wrote an email to them, and they said, "Now you got to talk to your local store." So I went into the local store, and I said to them, I do a radio show, man. I'm like, I'm a mile away from here, and want to have somebody on, the manager or whoever. And I said, because us, our listeners, the client, the audience, they buy you stuff. I'm here, I'm in the store. We all use this stuff at one point or another. I said, but at the time they were so scared, like you can out them and or get them in a forum and then like bash the hell out of them. They wouldn't do it. The guy just said, no, it's up to corporate. I said, well, corporate told me to talk to you. He said, you can do it if you want. Oh, well, I got to check with that. I said, you check. I said, I think here's my card. I said, I think you'll find that it's up to you. I said, I said, look, I'm not looking to Howard Stern you, man. We're looking to just get the information out to the people. The people who are buying are the people who are listening, and they wouldn't do it. Never did it. So I'd like to see if you can get them on here. That'd be breaking new ground.
Yeah. Well, I got a couple numbers. So hopefully
good.
Toss some into it. Pioneer had a real nice booth.
Pioneer, I'm a big Pioneer fan. Yeah.
And so we're going to do something with them. I'm going to put Pioneer head unit they had like 15-inch screens, and so I'm gonna do something with them for the bus.
I'm looking too, because with my FJ, I wanted to put another head unit in that had navigation and a whole bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that was back like right after COVID or during COVID, after COVID, and everything dried out. Remember we were talking about stereos, and it was who's the guy from that came on here all the time from was he in Boston? No, wasn't in Boston. He was in Scott. And he was saying, no, they have him going into like, Walmart and buying out radios to install. So yeah, now's the time. Now I got a Crutchfield catalog yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they have a new stock. So I'd be very interested in talking to a Pioneer guy myself, because I'm looking for a unit also.
Yeah, we stopped at Rockford, Fosgate. We stopped at all of them, but it was just they're on a different mission. Like, I don't understand. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, Fosgate's always been high end.
Yeah. That's all I ran on my motorcycle, and my competition car is all Fosgate.
Well, yeah, that's the realm, or just very good, consumer audio. It's high level,
Yeah.
But I've always been a Pioneer fan. I always loved Pioneer speakers. In fact, it was my 6x9 of choice.
Yeah, the Pioneer 6x9 3-ways back in the 80s was the bomb. They were.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And even the 2-ways, the coaxials before the 3-way, they had the coaxials on. I used to buy them 6906s, I think they were, or 6909, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, every car had Pioneers in them.
Actually, I just bought some Pioneer. I think they're 5-ways. They must be in the garage. But I just bought some. I'm gonna put them up in the front.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Very good.
And so that's what made me stop at the Pioneer booth. I'm like, hey, I've been looking for a big screen, and on Amazon they're junk, man. I've been, you can't find anything really nice.
Well, the thing is too, you have an open canvas in that bus. You could literally mount the tablet if you wanted to. I'm looking to stick in the footprint of my dash, so I'm not looking to go too crazy, but you could do whatever the hell you want.
Right now, I was going to go with a new iPad, but then I came across the Pioneer, and they have everything I need. So
right. Let's get them on and get some deals going.
Yeah. And the guy was a car guy too. The guy that was running the booth, he was a big car guy. He had a 1,000 horse. Did he say Supra?
Wow.
I think it was a Supra. I could be wrong, but I think that's what he said. But he was a car guy. He actually built motors, and he was into it. So
nice.
So he was the right guy to talk to.
Hey, he belongs here. I hope you gave him a link and said check out some of the past shows. You'll see.
I did. I did. Believe me, we talked for a minute.
I mean, that's what I tell people all the time when I'm trying to pitch them, because pitching guests is very hard unless you know them, and a lot of times you don't know them; they're new. Mm-hmm. And I tell the guys, here's a link where you can find the shows. Just pick one. I'm not going to tell you what to pick. Pick any one. I said, maybe there's a clunker or two in there. Not every show is as lively or as fact or fun filled. So pick one. If you like it, just pick another one at random and see. I said, you're going to find different information in the second one. It's all going to be, it always changes, but we're always on the same wavelength. Yep. I said, and if you want to do the show after that, get in touch with me. And that's usually all you got to do. Let them pick, and then they see,
I got the email and stuff. I had to send them some information. So hopefully we'll get in touch with them pretty quick.
Good.
I know everybody's tired this week coming off of SEMA, man. It's a hard week, man.
Right.
Yeah. So Terry did real well. He did his thing out there. We met up with Brian with Power Tube TV. So,
okay.
So now that I'm retired, I can put more energy towards it. So Power Tube TV. Oh, and I told him that you wanted to get connected up with him, so I'll send you his information.
Okay, good.
And so we were all about business, man. It was really no playing around.
Well, that's really what it's about, So, yeah.
We met up with Joe Coddington.
Okay.
She's doing good. She's opening a online speed shop.
Oh wow.
Coddington Speed Shop.
Okay.
So that's what she's working on.
Right.
I mean, I missed a lot of people, but you know, because we were in and out.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I guess you can't see everybody.
Yeah. So maybe one day, if we get this big enough, we can have a booth out there or something where everybody.
Yeah, right. What does he have any idea what it costs for a booth?
I'm not sure. Nelson's the guy. He would.
Yeah.
He had a good spot this year. They moved him a little bit, but oh man, everybody got sick.
Really?
So I left. We left Wednesday, and Mike Liner. He texted me and said, "Hey, did you get sick?" I was like, "No, why?" He goes, "Man, about 100 people got sick."
Wow.
Going to the emergency. Nelson got sick, and one of his employees got real sick. They had to go to the emergency.
What type of sick?
Flu, I guess. Throwing up.
Oh. Going
both ways. They were sick.
You know, whenever I think of that, and I hear about a big event, the first thing I think of is like Legionnaire's disease. You know, because that always happened like in the big hotels and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I juiced myself up with a lot of proteins and all kind of stuff all week. So
good, you did it right. Maybe it was you know, sometimes I wonder if it could be in the air. You know, maybe it's like disinfectants or cleaners they use, you know, and it affects people different ways. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be. Hold on one second. I guess the rain's setting off my camera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm safe. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, man. So I hate to be sick, man. So I was dumping all kind of stuff.
Good. You did the right thing, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Excellent.
All right. Well, what time is it? 9:20.
9:25. Yeah.
All right. Let's get the fellows on and see what they're talking about.
Sure. Let's bring them in.
Hey guys.
Jim.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey.
Nice.
Joey, what do you have on your head?
Oh, what are you staring at my wiener for?
Wait a minute. We got to see this a little closer. All right.
Oscar Mayer wiener.
He's very nice.
Did it make my nose look big?
No, you look good, man. You're sexy.
Yeah.
So you big sexy.
Yeah. How's everybody doing?
Oh man, I can't complain. Woke up and God gave me another day to pay bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. God bless America, right?
Right.
Oh, shoot.
So Joey, how you feeling?
I had a rough day, but you know, I made it through and got all those holes drilled and those notches cut out and started filing on those notches. That jigsaw I used, the blades were great. It's just the jigsaw, it just kept wanting to go everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I had to be real careful as I was cutting those notches out. Now, to bring everybody up to speed, I'm cutting notches in 2-inch angle iron to where a bolt can slide back and forth in it. But yeah, just, you know, day by day. I've received a miracle. I don't know who all knows what's been going on with me and why I ain't been around, but and I'm not going to say this to be a downer to the show. It's actually very exciting.
Uh-huh.
But I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer back in September in my stomach, and I immediately started telling everybody that I know that prays. And well, in October, they had me coming back quite often to drink that barium and do scans and just to see what's going on. And this one particular day, I go do that, and the doctor's office wanted me to come in and talk about that test. And immediately, as soon as I walk in the room, Dr. Choi says, I wanted to apologize to you. I'm like, for what? He says, I believe we've made a mistake.
Oh my God.
Or our machine has. But this last test shows that you don't have cancer.
Huh.
He says, so I want to send you to Pittsburgh and do the same test. So I drove to Pittsburgh drank the barium again, took the test. Their test showed no cancer. I go back to Dr. Choi. I'm like, dude, this was not a mistake. This was God.
Yep.
It's the only thing that it could be. Your machines are fine, but you can do whatever you got to do. But this was a God thing. This wasn't a machine thing. Yep. And I think he was worried I was going to try to sue him. I'm like, but I did say, I was like, just to settle you down, I'm not going to try to sue you. You know, mistakes happen, but I don't believe this is a mistake.
You know, Joe,
this is, go ahead.
It's kind of similarly back in 2005, I was really sick. I was going down for the count. And I pressed one of the technicians because they were doing tests 2, 3, or 4 times because insurance would pay for it. And they didn't have a diagnosis. They couldn't tell me why I was jaundiced and losing weight and my blood numbers, hepatic profile was going through the roof. They couldn't tell me why. So I asked the tech one day after they did a scan. I said, listen, I know you're not the doctor. I said, can you tell me what they're looking at? Like, what are they thinking in terms of, like, what are they kicking around? And he goes, well, I really can't say. I said, look, I know that you're you're not the doctor and you're not the guy to do that. I said, you know what? I said, the other thing is, let's keep in mind, I don't know your name. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. I said, I'm not repeating any of it. I just want to know for myself because they're not telling me anything.
Yeah.
He looked at me, he says, well, he goes, okay. He says, honestly, they're thinking pancreatic cancer. I went, whoa. I said, all right, well, thank you for your honesty. And when he left, I got up, I looked in the mirror and I said, no. I said, this is that's it. I mean, there's like months to go. That's like the bus just turned the corner. It's in high gear doing 120 and bang, you're gone.
Yeah.
I said, I got a family. I got kids. I got things to do. I got responsibilities. This kid. But as much as I held on to that, I thought, but that's how it is. Sometimes you don't have a choice. And it's the sickeningest feeling in the world. And again, they were wrong. Luckily, they were wrong.
Yeah, so, amen. And to finish up what I was saying there is at the time I was diagnosed, they did put me, because I refused to do treatments. They offered them to me. I said, no, I'm not doing treatments. And they gave me some medicine, ivermectin, and some pain pills to help deal with any kind of pain I was going to have from this. That's what I'm trying to overcome.
Right. Yeah. The medicine. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's done something to my ankles and my knees and my hips. And I get so out of breath now. And I may have to take another medicine to correct that.
Ironically, Joey, as things tie in, the thing that put me in that problem was taking a medication.
Yeah.
It was the medicine I was taking for my low back for sciatica. That's all it was. It was just building up and I live it in like it. So yeah. So, the medication that they give you to make you better can freaking kill you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. And then, which like 2 days after that last test in Pittsburgh, I went to the bathroom and my urine was nothing but blood.
Oh.
And that freaked me out. So I immediately go back in, tell the doctor what happened. They did some more tests. Turns out that my bladder is swollen. And it's causing blood to go in. And it's treatable. It's fixable. But they just said, if you don't want to take medicine, just drink the crap out of water. It'll fix itself. So I've been drinking gallons and gallons and gallons of water. I'm feeling better that way. But, it's just trying to get my strength back under me and get my legs to quit hurting. And my hips.
You need to mix it up with the water with some Pedialyte. Because the water will also flush out all your other stuff that you need. The other electrolytes, your salt intake. And it will actually do more harm. People get on that fix about drinking so much water that it will wash out the other stuff that you need. So that's why like Pedialyte has all the electric lights and it has a certain amount of salt and sugar in it to put back in your system. You got to be careful with Gatorade because there's two sides of Gatorade. There's a before and after and a pre and an after workout stuff. Gatorade got super complicated, but Pedialyte for kids or babies when they're sick, because it puts that entrance in. But so many people, especially I have that problem now, like extremely hot days or when I'm drinking water, I drink tons and tons of gallons of water, but I've got to mix it up because it throws my system out of whack. And if you just go in, get some Pedialyte, they have flavored water. It's not bad, but it puts electrolytes and certain chemicals back in you that you need, because you'll wash it out of you and you'll end up having a different problem. You'll say, how can I be thirsty? And you'll keep drinking more and more water because you're like, I'm so thirsty, and you're not getting what the other elements that you need for that to keep that going, to flush yourself out. So
yeah, they did tell me to, which they gave me a prescription for this, is that Ensure Plus. And I got the chocolate flavored. That's the best. And I like that really well. It's got a lot of vitamins and nutrients, and it's got I think it's amino acids or something. Yeah, to help build strength.
But the Pedialyte doesn't have the other stuff. Isn't bad. You just got to also watch, because you start getting sugar buildup or whatever. But the Pedialyte is really good for. I went, like I said, you don't have to get too scientific about it. It's just that you should throw that in every once in a while because it will re-nourish your body that way.
Yeah, I hadn't even thought of that, but everything that I can get covered under my insurance that is going to be good for me, I'm going to do. The Insure Plus, surprisingly, they covered that. I thought, wow, cool.
Well, that's great that you're feeling better, and
yeah, and then
that could be scary when you still got stuff to do.
Yeah, oh yeah, and then your project, or the one I'm working on for you right now, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so Joey's he's making my brackets for my mini split air conditioner units for outside.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I got 2 mini splits, and I got one for the front, one for the back. So he's making the brackets to hold the unit under the bus.
Nice.
Yeah, these are going to be really nice. They're coming along great. It's just taking me a minute because I can work for so long, and then I just got to stop.
Take your time, man. No rush.
Yeah, but I'm hoping Saturday evening, probably late Saturday evening, hopefully I'll have them all welded up. And when you get them back, or when you get these, they'll already be in self-etching primer.
Okay.
After that, all you need to do is add maybe some high build primer, whatever you want to do to them, and then put a top coat on, and we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I'll probably do bed liner stuff.
Yeah, or that 415 if you have any of that left.
Yeah, actually I do. Stacey David hooked me up, man.
Yeah, he did. I remember that.
Yeah.
By the way, did you tell him I said hello?
No, I did not.
Okay.
But I did talk to him, but I didn't tell him. When you see him, man, he's always so happy. You know what I mean? So you get mixed up and start,
I know you don't think about other stuff.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's cool. I saw the videos and pictures, and one of Terry sitting in that CUDA.
Yeah.
He was telling her, he was talking to somebody saying, "Hey, you need to move that over there," and as he's sitting in the seat, like he's going to start it up and drive away,
Yeah,
is it me, or did he look awful big in that car?
Well, I think they have a roll cage in it, and the seat was up a little bit.
Okay.
So Mike asked him if he wanted to move the seat back. And Terry's like, "No, I'm all right. So it had a little more room to move back.
Definitely looked a little less than comfortable.
Yeah.
I think I would have been very comfortable in that car.
Oh, yeah. It was no joke.
All right, I took my wiener off. You guys were staring at it too much.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, it's hard, it's hard not to. It's the mustard that does it. Yeah.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Got a little wiener envy going on.
Yeah. Hey, Paul.
So I tried to catch you on your couple times that you were broadcasting from SEMA. When I was in Tennessee, timing just wasn't right, and sometimes I didn't have a good signal.
Yeah. Yeah,
But it looked like I had a good time. I had a good time in Tennessee. And I tried to catch you last week, Brian, to let you know that I'm going to be back up in the mid-Atlantic here in the coming weeks. And, you know, it's amazing what just 20, 30 hours on that Mustang can get knocked out for you.
Yeah, good luck. It'd take 20, 30 hours to finish digging it out.
Well, listen.
Well, I don't care where you spend the time with me. You know, I charge by the hour. It could be on the car. It could be digging.
Yeah, well, I don't need any more friends that charge by the hour. I got enough of them.
All right. Then by the minute.
Listen, Paul, I told him that when he's ready, we'll get the fellas together and roll through there. I mean, one weekend, man, we can get a lot done.
He's afraid we're going to clean out his fridge.
Well,
take all the good stuff. Take all the pumpkin spice.
Oh no,
stuff.
I'll feed you guys. Don't worry. You guys will leave fat. You'll gain at least 5 to 10 pounds. Don't worry.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
I have no problem feeding you.
Well, then let's set a date and do it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Brian. Let's go.
What are you guys working on?
You saw what we just did in Tennessee. You see what they can do, you know, at all these other events. There's no reason that you know, come on. Lewis, what did we do in just 3 days with your school bus?
Wasn't playing around, I'll tell you that. These guys came and cut the roof off, man. It was no joke. And Brian, we can do the same thing at your spot, man. Come down there.
You're going to cut the roof off?
Roof off that car?
Leave the roof on.
Yeah, we cut the roof off and raise it. If you raise it 18 inches. Yeah.
We'll cut it and duct tape it back together.
No. I know.
But Brian, listen, it's more of a friendship get together. That's the way I felt.
I fully understand. But I mean, like I said, I really have a huge problem. I've cleaned out 7 feet, but you still can't walk around the car yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know. And the problem is, I don't have any more room to put. I mean, I've already filled up a storage unit. I've thrown a dumpster away.
We've talked about that. I got the same problem. Yeah, I got nowhere to put the stuff that I want to clean up.
And the problem of it is like I said, and of course, the whole thing was I wiped out the sheds. We were supposed to get a shed in, and that turned into a clusterfuck with the county.
Really?
And I mean, I have no problem affording the shed. It was the $25,000 worth of concrete work. And I had to have hurricane proof and water drainage issues and cable strap. I mean, dude, I just wanted to put a 12 by 24 garage, or not garage. I couldn't even use the word garage.
No,
I slipped and said garage, and the guy from the county went bozo berserk.
Wow.
Is Papa Squirrel a ghost down there? Look at him.
So you're still,
I don't know. That's the worst image I've seen.
Yeah,
you need more lighting. That's probably what it is.
Well, I'm in my daughter's basement, and she has one light in here.
Oh.
And this is where I've been for the last
Papa Squirrel, are they feeding you? You doing okay?
Yeah.
We gotta come rescue? We got you locked in the closet?
Tonight, guys.
Are you pulling a Joe Biden in the basement?
No.
You got the documents? Got the boxes of documents?
Are you they're feeding you, right, Papa Squirrel?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure when they lock the old people in the basement, we gotta make a welfare check. We gotta make sure you're all right.
Well, I'll be out of this in about 3 weeks when my wife gets back from the East Coast because she's helping a friend of ours with a Ren Fair. But she didn't take me because at the time,
Ren
was
Fair.
having a
Oh yeah,
reaction.
that's in Maryland, right?
no, this one's in North Carolina.
Oh,
They're all over the place.
Yeah, they go. Yeah, they. You guys do the Renaissance thing too?
I don't. A friend of ours does, but my wife went down there to help her. My problem was that I started having a reaction to one of my medicines the VA gave me.
There we go.
Yeah, I tell you, man.
Oh yeah,
and I said we got to start making medicine in this country again.
Yep.
Not China.
They wouldn't listen to me when I told them.
Well, we're live. I can't talk about it, but I'm going to tell you something, dude. They need to get you all off the medication. That medication.
I believe what's his name?
Bobby's on it.
He's going to do it.
Kennedy fellow
is right.
Well,
dude, my dad was on 47 different pills, and one was to react towards the other one. Wow. The guy. Finally, they went to go see one doctor, and he said, "Look," he says, "you got about less than a year if you stay on this stuff." And he goes, "We'll take you off. We'll detox you." He goes, "It's either going to kill you or you're going to have 5 to 6 more years of life." And they took him off and almost killed him, but he had 5 more years.
Yeah. Well,
and
5 more.
It's all unfortunately, and I say this all the time. That medication and that insurance is all about this right here, buddy.
Yeah, you're right.
Western
Absolutely
medicine,
right.
Come on.
It ain't there to help you. This is
no.
to keep you a little longer for a price tag.
You are correct.
So that's enough I won't say anymore because that's
I was so bad I was passing out about every, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a day. I'd just be standing there and fall.
Wow.
And she stuck me at my daughter's because she didn't want me down there at the rent fair because she wouldn't be able to watch me. And the daughter and her took me off of the medicines they thought about. And I got better.
Good.
Now what I want to do is I want to go have a talk to one of my VA doctors. Trouble is, the one I really want to have a talk to isn't in the VA anymore, so I can't go chat with him.
Yeah.
Hey, sad.
When you guys bought all that leather from, was it North Carolina? Was that the same place?
Yeah, it was fuck if I remember. Sorry. It was a hospital thing where people donated things to the hospital thrift shop to sell, and they had gotten donated a whole bunch of leather from a
tannery,
upholstery maker, and that.
Oh,
and, they just didn't know what to do with it.
Oh my God.
Well, let's put it this way, Lee. If we had more room in the little car we were bringing back, which was a PT Cruiser, we'd have put more leather in it, but we didn't have any room.
Oh man,
it's heavy too. It's heavy fast.
Oh, no kidding.
Ray, you should have seen how much leather was in that car up to the roof.
Wow.
Yes, it was. My wife packed it.
But what'd you do with it?
Gave Lewis a bunch, and then we've used a bunch of it ourselves.
Man, beautiful leather too. I made my motorcycle coat out of it. I made a whole bunch of stuff out of it.
Nice.
Beautiful leather.
Well, what was funny about that is that if some of the pieces you could see where they'd cut out one piece out of the leather and gotten rid of it, because if you're a custom upholsterer or motorcycle seat maker, you buy the leather for one section of it, and the rest of it you throw away because you've got your money out of it.
Yeah.
I need a welding glove made that it'd be like a mitten, but only has the index finger and the thumb.
I can make that for you.
Because my fingers are so bent up, there's no way I can get all 5 of my fingers into a glove with 5 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
But with a mitten and that index and thumb, I can do that all day, and that would be great for like when I'm welding, or packing metal around.
Yep.
Because my poor hand gets cut all to pieces all the time because I just can't get a glove on. Sucks being me, right? All right.
I gotta make Dwayne. Dwayne has some. He has an order in. I gotta finish that up this week for him. But I'm gonna get fired up in the leather shop.
Yeah, do what you gotta do, man.
Yep.
And then no rush on that unless you need it done quick on that thing to hold your propane tanks. But
I just bought a toolbox. I bought a toolbox, and I'm gonna see if I can fit. It's a small unit. I'm gonna see if they'll fit in that. If it fits in that, then I have you make the brackets to hold that piece, that box on.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Right now, you're gonna have about 30 inches of metal left over.
Okay.
Yeah, out of this project. Come on now.
Well, the brackets that they sell are pretty simple. It's just an L bracket welded together, and it has 2 holes. Then you put the plate on top of it that holds the 2 propane tanks.
Right.
And then there's a hole that goes down through the middle with a long bolt that holds the top part. A little like a clamp,
like a battery holder.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. That's what I was just thinking. Battery holder.
Yeah. But if I can get it into a box, I'd rather have them in a box. So, in case rocks or stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be my ideal thing. But,
I mean, worst case, if that doesn't work, whatever I build can be a box. We don't have to use like that expanded metal like you were talking about. We don't have to use like that expanded metal like you were talking about. We don't have to use like that expanded metal.
All right.
Who is that?
Anything we can, hold it up in there. It could be a box. It could be brackets.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't want to see the way my tanks are in my truck.
How are they?
Oh, I got them in there, and I use expanded metal, and since I made wood boxes, I just bolted the metal to the boxes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I told Joey that too. I was like, I can use this Hispanic metal and just wrap it.
Yeah.
Mine are just hung on by straps on the inner frame.
Yeah.
My propane tank. I got
right now, I've got everybody freaking biting at the bit on my channel, and posting picture bits and pieces here and there of this job I'm doing for you. And I did a shorts reel on it today, and posting stuff up on Instagram, and they're all like, "All right, it's killing us. What the crap are you doing?" I just smile.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Get some traction out of it.
Yeah, keeps them guessing.
What's up, Coach?
Not much. How y'all doing?
Justin?
Hey, you guys.
And Justin, yes. Both in the house.
Justin, did you go to SEMA?
No, unfortunately, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Joey, glad to hear you're okay in your praise report.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, man.
You're welcome.
Man, I
Good
like
to see you.
I like that hat you're wearing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. One of my favorites.
Good to see you, Coach, and good to see you, Jason.
You too, man.
And if you don't start responding to my reels I sent to you on Instagram, I'm going to block you.
You probably should just do that anyway. You will not meet somebody more terrible than myself at replying to stuff. Just a heads up.
All right. Well, I'll block you in the morning.
I'd recommend it.
I'm not going to block you. No, I like you too much to block you. It's fun messing with you.
I count on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, did not get to go to SEMA, but getting ready for PRI though.
The PRI, that's where in Indiana?
Yeah, Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, okay.
That's about a month away. Ain't
Yeah.
too far.
I'm gonna take the bus over. I think Terry's gonna drive here, and we're gonna take the bus.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I want to go.
You can come.
Yeah.
I don't snore too bad.
We'll put you on the brackets you make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We always got a spot for you.
You put them on display at the show and say, "Hey, Mill Creek Fab Shop. If you need them, you can make them."
Yep.
There you go.
No, don't do that because I need some new tools.
They had a good display of tools out there at SEMA.
Yeah.
A couple companies had some real nice stuff.
Yeah, my one jigsaw that is always my go-to, the head that holds the bit or the blade
pops out of that groove.
It's stripped out. The bolts that you tighten to hold the blade in,
yeah,
they just stripped out as I was cutting. That kind of threw it off.
Mine pops out of that roller. You know that roller?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grabbed my Ryobi. I hate that one because it's got this laser beam that points in the direction where you're cutting. I don't like it because it glares out my line that I put there.
Yeah.
And there's no way to turn it off. And I think tomorrow I'm going to take a drill bit and drill a freaking hole in that thing. bust that light because it's annoying.
Do what everybody does with their check engine light. Just put a piece of black tape over it.
Yeah. Boom. Or I could do that, black tape.
Or a mask card. Picture your kid. Yeah.
Yeah, use a different marker that shows up through the beam.
Yeah, it's just annoying because I made my scribe lines where I wanted to cut, but that laser beam blurred it out. I couldn't see nothing.
Yeah.
And so I've been out there with a file, just filing the crap out of those grooves or the notches, trying to get them somewhat straight because I want them to look good, you know.
Yeah.
And
as long as the bolt fits in there, I don't care what it looks like because it's going under the bus.
I know, but still, I'm a perfectionist, and that made me mad. And I first tried to cut those notches with the angle grinder, and that thing just bounced all over the place.
Yeah.
So I threw that aside, and that's when I grabbed. I ate lunch and sat there and stewed on it for a while, thinking, what do I have that I can cut those out with and not take any other metal out? And I remembered, oh yeah, my jigsaws. And then I had these bits, or I keep calling them bits, they're blades by Diablo that they are gender neutral blades. It says right on the package, bi metal, so they're bi.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love it.
So I got those, and they're not like a you know how you got a hacksaw blade. It's got a real thin tooth on it. You know.
Yeah.
They're not like that. They got a real big grab to them and take out a lot of metal. And if you're not careful, you'll be cutting in places you never wanted to. But man, they aug that metal out like it's nothing.
Diablos are the best blades.
Yeah, these are really, really good.
I saw them.
I think I got them on all my saws.
I saw them on the tool truck.
I bought these metal angle irons. Not angle, just they're like L brackets.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to use those to fabricate my solar rack brackets. But I can't get drilled. It's hardened metal. I bought it from not a salvage place, but like a restore place. Mm-hmm. And the metal is hardened metal. I can't get bits to go through it.
Oh, it's like hardened, like you said.
You need a set of our hyperstep drill bits.
Yeah.
How much are they?
How much are they regularly? 600 and something.
Oh yeah, I don't need that bad.
Yeah, you just stick with your Harbor Freight stuff.
Hey, my drill bits, you know, they got the 2 different size boxes of drill bits you can buy there at Harbor Freight. I bought the biggest box years ago and have been using the crap out of those things and can't get them to dull out.
Yeah.
No, well, these are just in a black metal box that raises up, and all these little cabinet or holders open up with the lid. But Bauer, yeah, that's actually what kind of cordless drill I have.
These are what I used on the bus for the rivets. I bought some Milwaukee bits, and I don't know if you remember, but I started drilling those rivets out, and I got maybe 10 or 15 rivets, and the bit was done. So I went back to Harbor Freight, bought some of these, and these things worked. I got a lot of, probably 200 rivets.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, a little machine shop experience, and then you learn how to sharpen your drill bits.
Yeah.
So, you sharpen your own, and then you never have to worry about a dull bit.
Yeah, but I put a brand new bit on it. Can't get it to go through this metal, man. This metal is not playing.
You got to put the switch on F for forward, not R.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
He can't help it.
Yeah, don't laugh, because I warranty a lot of drill bits because a few people don't really understand what a left-handed drill bit is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
you know how hard it was for me to find left-hand drill bits in the little town I live in?
Oh,
I had to go into Sacramento to find them, and I'd ask people about a left-hand drill bit, and they'd look at me like, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah.
Well, no, tell them, they're on the wall right next to the metric adjustable wrenches.
Yeah. I got one of those yellow plastic boxes of DeWalt drill bits, and there might be 3 left in that box because they just break so easy.
Yeah, they do.
And but golly.
Well, I'll tell you what, I bought a drill bit set in the 80s, and I have it in the room next door still. And it's not because I don't use it. I used it. That was my go-to drill bit set for many, many years until I started accumulating them from all over the place. But, a lot of them were resharpened, and that's it. You got to, if you're not, even just to dress them up a little bit, you can make a big, big difference with a drill bit.
Yeah.
But
so I think I'm going to take these brackets to a metal shop or fabrication shop and have them drill the holes for me.
I've I don't know how well it would work for you, but I've gone up to the home store, the home improvement store, big box store, pick one of the two. Anyways, I think they're Milwaukee's, but I've gotten the ones that are for hard metal.
Yeah.
And I usually get the real small ones, the real tiny ones, and I use it to start a pilot hole. And then I'll take one of my other drill bits.
Right. Well, that's a great idea.
That's why I tried that. I had Milwaukee's too. Yep.
And then, if you have to increase the hole size, don't go from an 1/8 up to a 1/2. Go in like 5 stages, 3/3 seconds.
Just step it up. Yeah.
Right. Go like, even if you do every other drill, it takes a little more time and it's going to be a little more tedious, but you're not gonna grab, you're not gonna break. It'll be a lot easier just to enlarge that hole than to bore it fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But,
slow and easy. We got those titanium step drill bits. Those are real good.
Yeah, they work too.
But usually, the majority of the time, this is why we're all single and don't have girlfriends, because we don't know how to drill right.
Well, according to Iron Horse Garage, I'm divorced because I can't draw a straight line. So,
Brian, we're gonna get to the bottom of this mood sooner or later tonight.
Who, me?
We're still on the air.
We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We're gonna be off air when we do it, but we're gonna get to the bottom of it. You just trust me. You're just gonna lay down on the couch, and we're gonna just do a little bit of investigation. You'll talk. You'll talk soon. You'll talk fast.
I know. I gotta watch myself.
But if we have to, we'll bribe you with tacos.
Yeah, I tell you, it's been a long time. I haven't had tacos in a while.
Oh wow,
there's your problem.
See, now I gotta go get tacos tomorrow.
I'll tell you what.
I wish I can go get tacos tomorrow. I got a great little Mexican place I love going to. They probably think I was deported. I haven't been in there in a couple weeks.
I don't know how you guys feel about seafood, but one of the guys at the shop, he's an avid fisherman, and he just pulled in a hell of a mess of sea bass, and he gave me a bag yesterday, about 2 pounds. He cleans it, guts it, and everything. So these are fillets when he gives them to me. And we had some tonight. It was just phenomenal, just delicious, fresh caught sea bass.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Lewis. I was getting ready to read it to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, Brian, you could speak to that too. I mean, I have a drill doctor because we got one when I was at work, and I played with it. I said, okay, let me see. I thought the setup you have to do, it's easy to learn how to just do it by yourself, I thought.
Well, I had the same problem. I got a drill doctor, and you go through, and I don't know. I had difficulties. By the time I got done sharpening my drill bits, they all looked like the number 2 pencil when he ran it all the way through.
I did figure out how to do it, but I'll tell you what. I have this drill doctor and I bought extra stones and all sorts of. You know what? It's for sale. It's going on eBay.
Yeah.
How much?
That's a good question. That's my problem. I got all this shit to sell, and I never know how much to put it up for.
I'll tell you what.
I know a guy in Ohio. He's having trouble drilling through some hard metal. He might need it.
That's right.
I know another guy in Ohio's got one arm that's taking donations for his YouTube channel, too.
Special friends and family discount. Yeah, we'll see. I got to dig it out. Like Brian, I got to dig it out from wherever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not adding no more work. I'm taking them to the machine shop and have them drill my holes.
Oh, there you go.
Do you have any burr kits or I can't imagine it being that hard, Lewis.
It's hard. I bought some Milwaukee's. I bought small ones, big ones. I'm using my drill press too, and I'm telling you, it's something. I don't know what this metal is.
Can you get some armor plated metal?
Well, I was gonna say, where did you get the metal from? Where was?
I bought it from we have a place, it's called Star Supply, and it's like the leftovers from all different buildings.
It's like a repurposed store.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so you don't know what it was. I mean, you have to do like a Rockwell test on it to. Yeah.
I even tried heating up the metal and then trying drilling. Nope. Just looking at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah, Mopar nuts.
I will tell you this. Those hyperstep drill bits, they'll drill right through a brake rotor with no issues. I mean, talk about hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I just I can't imagine.
And you're going to use this for what? The brackets for
my solar panel.
Are they like shaped like an L?
Yeah. Nice hard. They're 2-inch wide, and they're shaped like an L. And so I had to cut different sizes, and then I have to put a bolt through so I can move the top half. The angle for the top, and then I got to drill a hole in the L part to mount to the bus.
Why don't you use this leftover 2-inch angle iron that's out here in my shop?
I was just gonna say, if you would have used angle iron, that's soft.
Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah,
and you got make an L, and you could bolt it.
I don't know how many you need, but I could, or how wide you need them. How wide?
The other thing, Lewis, is that stuff called metal or all metal. It's got the holes and slots in it, so you could like build crazy contraptions out of it. That stuff is really nice to use.
I'm using some of that for the bottom half, like that bracket.
Are you using a hammer drill? What kind of drill are you using?
Drill press.
Oh, okay. Another mistake a lot of guys do, and this is, and like I said, I deal with all kinds of scenarios all day long because, guys will get a screw gun and they'll get the bits that fit in the screw gun, but it's a hammer drill or it's so that drill bit's going like this as it's drilling, and a drill bit's not meant to do that. So, a lot of guys are, a lot of guys are trying to buy one tool to do 17 things instead of buying the 2 right tools to do the job. So, I get a lot of drill bits that are beat up, and it's like, dude, are you using a hammer drill? No, I'm just using a drill, and they show, and it's a hammer drill type thing.
I saw a guy at the shop. He didn't know he had a hammer drill. He bought the Milwaukee kit, and he didn't know it was a hammer drill, and it was on the hammer setting. Because I heard it ratcheting. I was like, dude, what are you doing? You're doing body work. We're doing a hammer drill. I'm like, yeah. Then I showed him, like, this thing's on, it's on the setting. I had to show him. He's like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah. I was like, what, do you want Brian's customers?
Yeah, but and like I said, the guy talking about the cold bolt. See, you might be buying, if you're buying a black drill bit, that's just a regular steel drill bit. That's nothing. Now you have titanium, you have cobalts, you have, there's different lines. You have diamond tip drill bits that are, like I said, but between if you get yourself a good cobalt, the only problem with cobalts or titanium is there's just a coating on the drill bit. So you got to watch your heat. It's slow and easy pressure. And, like I said, use a little bit of, I prefer transmission oil. There's cutting oil.
I use shaving cream.
That's something that Brian just hit on, something that's very important. With a drill press, what speed are you drilling at? Can you?
I can adjust it. I put it on the medium setting.
If you're doing steel slow, like 600 RPM.
Yeah, I think I can get it go slower.
600 to 800 for hard steel. Aluminum, the softer the metal, the faster you can drill. But yeah, you got to go slow.
So, but because I've done, like I said, you gotta, there is, you have different cuts of drill bit ends. You have, 160 degrees.
Well,
you have
135 is the metal.
There's so much.
Wood is like 160. That's a real big point.
Yeah. And, people, like I said, I got guys that they buy one tool and they want to do 7 things with it. You might be able to do 7 things with it, but you're going to either really take a longer time or destroy shit in the meanwhile.
I'm going to fix that. I'm taking it to the machine shop.
I got
Why don't you just get yourself some angle iron or a soft angle iron? Your solar panels are not going to need to be held in a hurricane, because if you're in a hurricane, you better be gone.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I started thinking. I might go get some aluminum, because I talked to one company and they make theirs out of aluminum, the whole rack.
Yeah, I was going to recommend probably aluminum too.
You don't want to get too much weight.
Yeah, you save the weight with aluminum.
Yeah.
I think Joey was starting to read it, but that Mopar Nut had said the machines from Amazon, because he was saying he agreed with that the drill doctor was junk, but he said the ones from Amazon are gold compared to the drill doctor.
Yeah, it's funny because drill doctor's the original, and that's like they've been around forever and ever. And like I said, if you take your time and you watch what you're doing, you can do it. It's but like I said, most we're impatient. We like I said,
I use shaving cream.
Yeah,
I spray it on where I'm going to be drilling.
I just get my ratchet out and start hammering away.
Something gets stuck, you get that screwdriver.
No, it's not really shaving cream. It's stuff you buy at the Harbor Freight. It's the same stuff these pipe fitters use when they're threading the end of a pipe.
Yeah.
And it's in a spray can. When you spray it out, it looks like it's like a foamy color or texture, whatever, and looks like shaving cream, but it turns into an oil as you're cutting. And it's the best thing in the world, and it's less messy when it comes to having to clean everything up. I forget the name of that. It's in a blue can. They sell it. It's like $9 a can, but it'll go forever. I haven't bought a can in probably 3 years.
Lou used to, I can't remember what it's called. It's over in the cabinet, but they have, an oil. It depends on what I'm using, but it also is a heat blocker to help keep it cool. There's different oil. There's, like I said, there's so much stuff. Sometimes it's just something little that makes that job so much easier. Or better. And like I said, just go back to that Mopar nut guy. I agree with your top of the line drill. I don't even like selling drill doctors. Guys start talking about it, and I try to, because I know it's a huge, it's a lot of money, and you got to really, you have to have, it's like welding. When you go to weld and you haven't welded in a while and you got to spend that 15, 20 minutes before you start welding, you just don't pick the thing you're welding. You got to go get a piece of scrap to refreshen. A drill doctor's the same way for a lot of people. I have that problem. You got to eat a couple drill bits up before you want to do something.
I'll add one thing to that. I think before you use the drill doctor, you really need to understand the dynamics of the angle and the pitch, of the drill, and what you're going to achieve, what you're looking to achieve. Because if you just sit it in there and spin it, you think you're okay, and you have to be able to look at it and say, okay, this is good, or no, this is no good. What did I mess up? So, but again,
like I said,
learn how to sharpen a drill. I'll teach you.
Like I said.
I got a file. It won't do me no good to try to do it by hand. I can't even sharpen a butter knife. So.
It is better to have two hands to do it. I'll agree with that. Yes.
Stop by your 7-Eleven and get some day helpers. You're all right.
Yeah.
Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry, guys.
Didn't hear a word.
Well, I'm not spending no more money on drill bits. I'm going to the machine shop.
There you go. Just, if you just do that, it's easier. Let them cuss at it.
That's what CKS.
Until they charge you $1 million.
Did that sound Japanese?
I didn't pay attention. What was that?
I don't know. No hablo.
SOCKS?
What are you saying?
SOCKS? I'm spelling socks. I'm just saying it really. Really fast.
You drink too much coffee today?
No, actually, I've only had 2 cups. I'm trying to cut out that and drink more water, which I've been doing well. I've been hammering down on the water, but staying to 1 or 2 cups a day compared to just drinking it all day.
All right, guys, I'm about to turn into a pumpkin.
All right, Jim.
Jim, good to see you. I'm glad you got to talk a lot tonight and got everything off your chest.
About my average amount.
Yeah.
Glad you're here. Here you're feeling better.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Jim, did you see my video of the lowrider model cars?
No, I missed that. I got to look for that.
Yeah, it was. They had like a town where you could drive. Yeah. It was pretty slick. They had all lowriders and trucks, and it was pretty sweet.
There is a company that makes those, and they make a couple of them, and they're all, and they have all. You can do all the tricks right from there. They have them set up pretty nice.
Yeah.
I took pictures, but I didn't post it. Last week at the Freeport Rec Center, they had a model show, and again, they had a good selection of lowrider models with the paint jobs, Lewis, that you would see on a full-size car, but done on a model. And
they look fantastic.
I actually did post one of them. There was a guy there who had a diorama from West Hampton Dragway, which was out here on the island. And there you go. Brian's got it. Chassis John's car. The guy had built a model of Chassis John's car and had it there front and center.
Yep.
I saw somebody else posted on Facebook the pictures of the diorama, and you look through there, and that's all that if you went to the drag strip in 1970s in West Hampton, there were all the cars.
Yep.
Because Fun City Hauler, Yellow Fever, who I used to work for, and like 4 or 5 other like really famous Long Island cars, and this guy built a model of them. And I think it's somebody IRC RC race with, but I haven't seen him in a while.
I wanted to meet the guy, but he wasn't there. I knew 3 of them. Like I said, Chazzy John, the Fun City Hauler was Willie Hassick. I used to see him weekly until he passed away. He had a shop just down the block from my house. And then Ted Transmissions, I used to see him at the track and around. I knew a couple of the cars. I knew of them, but I didn't know the owners. But yeah, that guy, I really wanted to meet that guy.
Yeah, those
what I did is
where was that show at?
It was at the Freeport Rec Center here in Nassau County. But I sent a picture of John's car to John's wife and told her, I said, here, this is look what I saw today. And she says, oh my God, that's so cool. Oh yeah, look at that, Lewis. That's great.
So that was in Jersey, right? Or where is it you live, Ray?
It's Long Island, New York.
Oh, and so that was there.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering if my friend Cliff went to that show. He's big into model cars.
Where does he live?
I forget the name of the place, but it's in Jersey. John there at Mopar Nut, he's from Jersey.
Cab over school.
He probably wouldn't have made the trip just for the model show because they do others, and he probably has local ones.
I don't know. He went to Georgia just a few weeks ago.
All right. Well, maybe he would.
Down to Acme. It's like the Super Bowl of plastic model cars.
Okay. Yeah, this is a smaller show. It's not huge. And I'll tell you, this year was a little light. Last year there was a lot more content than this year. But I guess maybe that's an annual thing. I don't know. I know they got some club. They got my friend Jeff builds and he vends, and he said there's a little bit of inter-club, problem, a little bit inter-club stuff. So, that's kind of common. Even the adults can't get along.
Yeah, I was wrong. Cliff is not in Jersey. He's upstate New York, according to John there in the chat.
All right.
So I think they're getting ready to move to Oklahoma. He's retired military, like in the last couple of years. Great guy. Really great guy. Loves his Harley. Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to hit the bricks myself.
Yeah, I think I'm going to skin out too. So I'm just going to leave this running over on my channel. I'm streaming it over there too.
All right, appreciate you.
Yeah.
And I will talk to you this weekend.
Yep. Yeah, we'll figure out once I'm done, if I'm bringing them or if you're coming to get them, whichever.
Okay.
Either one will work. So.
All right, guys. I appreciate
you guys in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll meet you halfway.
Bring tacos.
35 minutes away.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys stay safe this week. And,
you too.
Later, Lewis.
All right.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Lewis.
Good night, Lewis.
Good luck, Joey. Good to hear, bud.
Yeah.
Huh?
Good to hear that you're doing good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, just seriously, water's the key. Water.
Yeah.
And like I said, you just got to watch it because that water will wash you out, dude. And it'll take you the good stuff, and you'll have other issues. I mean, like I said, I know guys that get so pumped up on water and they wash out other ingredients that they need in the body, and magnesium. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of little things that
I don't want it taking out my bourbon supply. That's what I'd be worried about.
Well,
Be terrible.
Yeah.
I wish that was the key, but
you'd
be surprised on what Pedialyte will do.
Yeah, that Insure Plus is really great too for replenishing those things as well.
I'll tell you the truth. Watching RFK, I think he's going to do a great job. And I'll tell you the truth, I've never been a fan of most of the Kennedys in general. I mean, I applaud the good work they did, of course, but there's a lot of stuff with that family that I'm not really a big fan of. But so I told people, I said, so when a Kennedy comes around whose family shuns him, who don't support him, and they just turn their back on him, I said, he's the one I like.
Yeah.
Especially when his own party tells him that he's crazy.
And then he flips. So he's the one I like. But he was he got me talking about this stuff. Oh, it's red dye, it's yellow dye number 6, and there's a name for it. They switched it from yellow dye number 6. They started using the name, starts with a T. And my daughter knows all about it. She was like, "Oh my God, I know all about that. It's terrible." So we started looking through products and seeing what's got red dye in it, what's got yellow dye in it. Doritos is like apparently the worst.
Yeah.
This stuff will kill you. So I really think he's going to make some good progress. I hope he's successful.
I'm not going to get political on all this, but I hope this new administration, along with JFK, exposes every single thing that has been hidden from the American people, all the way down to cancer being cured, whatever else that they've kept hiding.
Time.
That might lead to an insurrection or a riot.
Well, hey, fellas, I forgot to ask a question.
What happened, Lewis?
My Ford F-150, I'm driving it, running fine, and I go to slow down and pull into a parking lot, and the motor starts knocking. I was like, "Oh my God, my motor's blowing up." So I turn into the parking lot, and it goes away.
It needs an LS.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
Stop it.
So I'm thinking, maybe I stopped, kind of fast. Maybe it was low on oil or something. You know what I mean?
Did you check the oil?
Well, my problem is my dipstick is rusted off, so I can't check the oil.
Yeah,
Remember I told you that?
You need to get another dipstick.
Right. So,
you're cutting out, Lewis.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah,
you
there you go.
If you can't check the dipstick, I would do an oil change. Dump the oil in the filter and put it in the right amount. How much came out?
I didn't have a chance to go drive to see. I'm going to do that tomorrow, but I didn't know if you guys. But it happened to me twice. But it drove fine, it ran fine. It's just when I stopped at a light, then it did it again.
Maybe the pickup. Ford's use a front pickup, I think, right? Do they still use that in that engine?
What engine? What year is it?
2010 4.6.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a 3-valve.
I don't know.
2010.
I'm thinking maybe it's a pickup issue. Maybe the pickup is clogged and it's starving for a second.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
It sounds like when you make certain turns or certain stops, it starts starving for oil in certain areas, and it's causing that. Is what I'm getting from what you're saying.
Was it low on fuel?
Low on fuel.
Are you one of the guys that run around with a quarter of a tank all the time?
No, it was almost full.
So once you
they
start
had
driving,
they had a problem with the there's a little hose in between or a plug that came out, and once it got too low, it would start sucking air, or you'd have they had an issue on the fuel pump.
I was thinking maybe it's something with the exhaust. It kind of seemed like he wasn't breathing right. You know what I mean? It started like puttering a little bit.
You still have the cat on it?
Yeah.
It could be getting clogged.
Well, then I think if it's getting clogged, I think you'd see a PO420 code. You get a light.
Yeah, no check engine light.
Right.
I know as far as the low on oil thing. So with my S10 Blazer, like it's got oil leaks, and if I don't stay on top of it and it gets low, if I have to hit the brakes hard in traffic and it's low, it'll stall out. It'll pop up a dummy light that says check the gauges. And as soon as I fire it up, I can, for a brief moment, I can see the oil pressure's low, and I go check the oil, and that's what it is.
Usually on the newer vehicles, because we get a few of them in the shop that are hard start or won't start, and it's because it's low. It's a couple quarts low on oil. So if it's with turning, you might even just have a bad spot in the wiring harness going through, rubbing on the.
No, but he's getting an engine noise, Brian. He's getting a noise.
When you're driving down the road on it, anything basically RPM over idle, is it going away?
Yeah, it drives perfect.
chain tensioners.
It sounds like cam phasers.
Cam phasers, yep.
Like cam phasers, because they'll do that. They're very real particular on oil pressure.
Yeah, especially if you have dirty oil. If you have dirty oil, those cam phasers, the passages are super small.
Right.
At the Ford dealership, that's all they do all day long are cam phasers. You're absolutely right, Slingshot.
We did a ton of 3 valves when I worked at the engine shop.
And especially if you have a little bit of mileage on them, they get a little bit of wear in them, and no matter what, and people will put thicker oil in, and that just it gets bigger problem because the passageways are too big. But the oil passageways, the wear and cam phasers will cause that, and it'll be a noise. It'll be like a chain rattling or a rattle.
Mm-hmm. I know where the problem is. It's on the front grill. They even circled it. Stop
it, Joey. You've been muted. Where's that mute button? Put that wiener back on your head because you're done. All right.
You're a pervert. You want to see my wiener?
Yeah, I know. Well,
all right, guys. I thought I'd shoot that out there. I changed the oil, so I'm going to check it out tomorrow and see how it's running.
So put the phasers on stun.
Yeah. Beam me up, Scotty.
Kirk would say, yeah.
All right, I'll let you know what happens.
All right, Lewis.
Yeah.
Good night, Lewis.
Good luck.
All right.
So
you know what? With
the 4.6 also came with the 3 valve.
Yeah, I want to say by that time you'd be a 3 valve.
I know they talk about the 5.4.
Yeah.
They on the trucks were a 3 valve, but I didn't know the 4.6s.
I want to say it was just before then that they switched from the 2 valve.
Yeah, it was right. I mean, I can't remember. And actually, because on the 5.4, I can't remember if it's the 4.6 or the 5.2. I can't remember, but that's the one where the chain is on the back of the motor, like in the.
No, the 4.6 is in the front. I did a set of cams on my friend's Mustang, and it was the chain was in the front.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a 2. Was that a 2 or 3 valve? Because I know 1 year.
I think that was a 3 valve. I know the one you mean. I think the one you're talking about was in like the Escape. It had it had the front and rear chains. Yeah.
Yeah, and those, and like I said, that's well, you're supposed to pull, but I mean, there is you take a wedge block of wood and you slide it down in there to hold the chain from falling, and you could change that stuff.
When I did the cams on the Mustang, they provided them with a styrofoam wedge that you shove down in there to trap the chain.
And then they give you a little blocker thing to put in the cam phaser.
Right. So the position, fellas. No, we're gonna end the live stream so we can really talk. You're gonna let Brian vent. So and we'll do that. So for Playing in Traffic for Lewis Lee, Ray Guarino right here, Macroman Brian, of course, Joey Collins. Good to see Joey's back and fighting for him. Papa Squirrel, Coach Isaac, and Justin from American Gas, a hot rod shop. We'll be back next week, Thursday night, 9:00. See you then. Bye.
Bye.
You sound like this show? Want more? Then head to watchpttv.com, the new 100% free PowerTube TV streaming network. Home of the best classic and new motorsports racing and build shows on the web.